Speaking of the gays. Ian McKellan, he says stuff about it. He says he doesn't think that gay roles should be reserved for gay actors. We're pretending. See? He's another one. Now we had Jim Parsons say the same thing. This is fascinating to me because, like I was talking about with Star Trek and Sulu, you had a gay actor playing a straight Sulu for the original.
Oh my.
Then you had a straight actor playing a gay Sulu for the remakes in the JJ universe, and now Ian McKellan, who has nothing to do with Star Trek other than he was in the movie with Patrick Stewart where he was, which one was he? He was Magneto and Patrick Stewart was Cerebro. Which one was which? I don't remember. Oh, it is one of those days. You're gonna cancel me.
Excellent!
That's the only connection he has, and that's my only connection to him. Sean Russell, perfect time for Bat Giggity. It is. Do we have Bat Giggity? Those are trill. Those are not bat whammons. The bat whammons. Apparently, Ruby Rose did not like playing that scene because I think it was right off of her surgery, and they gave her literally no time to prepare, had never met the actress before or something. There's a really bad story attached to that scene, and I feel really bad for playing that clip now, especially after Ruby Rose came out of her contract thing, and that's a whole other video for another day. We're talking about Ian McKellan, but Ruby Rose also pretty famously out, as it were. Sir Ian McKellan refuses to be put in a box and doesn't want anyone else to be put in one either. The X-Men, well, cancel him, because see, now he's saying that white people can play black people, and no, maybe not. He recently addressed the controversy surrounding the casting of Dame Helen Mirren as Golda Meir, Israel's prime minister, in a lengthy interview with the BBC Two. There are two things. Is the argument that a Gentile cannot play a Jew, and is the argument, therefore, that a Jew cannot play a Gentile, he replied, when asked about the backlash over the fact that Mirren is not Jewish. He then took his answer one step farther, touching his own feelings as a gay man in Hollywood.
Oh my.
Is the argument that a straight man cannot play a gay part? And if so, does that mean I can't play straight parts and I'm not allowed to explore the fascinating subject of the heterosexuality in Macbeth? McKellan asked incredulously. Surely not. We're acting. We're pretending. I want to take this one step further. I want to take this one step even further than that. Because the answer to that may be, usually, is that wokier than thou Hollywood tends to feel that, and rightly so, that underrepresented people who would have been not given a second glance in the day. I mean, for crying out loud, did John Wayne really need to play Genghis Khan? No, he didn't. And you had all of these instances of, I want to say
diversity.
Diverse. I hate using the word. I was going to say native, but yeah, Native American actors, ethnically Chinese, Japanese, any sort of ethnicity that wasn't, you didn't have a whole lot of those actors being given opportunities back then. You still don't in some instances, right? And that's still an issue that I do feel very strongly for, that there's definitely a place where we need to bring more voices to the table without stepping on stuff that was already there and in existence. Okay, if the 80s and 90s and 60s and 70s and everything before was so problematic, then stop going back to it to remake it just to tell us why our stuff that we liked sucked. All right, can we move on from that and come full circle to this and say, you know what? So there is always this push to where, okay, yes, you want to give the shot to a gay actor first, or a diverse actor, an ethnic actor first, before you cast a straight white dude, quote unquote, because according to wokier than thou Hollywood, those people are historically the ones cast are the straight white people, because according to Hollywood and woke people of color never existed on screen before 1990 what? 2022, something like that. So, However, we had a historically high amount of gay people in the entertainment field already. So many so that they were just in the, of course, society was different too. You had so many of them who were playing straight actors back then. Straight parts, straight roles, because it was a different time in a different society and things were differently acceptable socially back then. So you had Jim Nabors, you had Rock Hudson, you had Liberace, you had all of these entertainers hiding who they were or not coming out, or they would be out to their friends and family. It was none of our business because they were actors. And sure, you had how many of these old housewives and grannies and aunties in the 60s and 70s who were in love with Rock Hudson. They were in love with Liberace. They didn't know. We didn't care either. A lot of the times be like, oh, he is? Oh. And then the conversation be over. That's it. All right. So the LGBTQ is the LGBTQ plus community underrepresented or overrepresented in Hollywood at this point? I couldn't tell you that. I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you that, being the B in the alphabet, but these are some of the questions that I like to kind of get out there and put the conversation out there for. Like, what do you guys think? Meanwhile, stars like Wentworth Miller, who came out later in life, are adamant about roles which they identify, or playing only roles they identify with. That seems to contradict the point of like acting, though. You know, if you're just playing who you are, then are you acting, or are you just talking in front of a camera? Because anybody can talk in front of a camera. Anybody could be who they are. You have acting skills and training and exercises to be other people, right? Sandra Hammerslug says overrepresented. I kind of think so too. We're certainly overrepresented on Star Trek now. So that's an interesting conversation and debate. And yeah, so hey, good on you, Ian McKellan. He's not so far wokier than that. I don't know. Who cares anymore? He at least says, hey, we're playing pretend. So that's a win, I guess, in the culture thing. Don't you guys go anywhere. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!
Oh my.